November 1944. German soldiers hear tanks approaching. They've faced American tanks before. But these are different. These tanks don't stop. These tanks don't retreat. These tanks keep coming until everything breaks. They were the 761st Tank Battalion, the Black Panthers. 800 black men who fought through 6 armies across 6 countries for 183 straight days of combat. But first, the U.S. Army had to be forced to let them fight. This isn't just another war story. This is what happens when you tell black men they aren't good enough to fight, and they prove you wrong by becoming one of the most lethal tank units in American history. Camp, Hood, Texas, 1942. When Lieutenant Colonel Paul Bates took command of the 761st, he did something revolutionary. He led them like soldiers, not stereotypes. While other black units faced commanders who doubted them, the 761st got a leader who demanded excellence and gave them the tools to achieve it. Bates didn't just train them, he fought for them, stood up for them, and most importantly, respected them. Under Bates's leadership, they trained harder and longer than any other tank battalion. 2 years of intense preparation, double shifts, extra drills, higher standards. Because Bates knew something others didn't, given equal leadership, black soldiers could excel. The results spoke for themselves. Top gunnery scores, superior maintenance records, unmatched unit cohesion. They weren't just meeting standards, they were setting them. October 1944. After 2 years of training, the 761st finally got their orders, deploy to Europe. When General Patton addressed them, he acknowledged their proven skill.
I don't care what color you are. I need tankers, and I've heard you're good tankers.
6 days after landing in France, they were in combat. Their first engagement wasn't a test run. It was a full battle against seasoned German forces. This wasn't training anymore. This was war. What happened next shocked everyone, except Lieutenant Colonel Bates. His men didn't just fight, they excelled. Their training kicked in. Every drill, every practice, every extra hour showed in their performance. They moved like veterans because, in many ways, they have been preparing longer than any other tank battalion. November 1944 through May 1945, 183 consecutive days of combat. No other American tank battalion fought for so long without a break. But it's not just how long they fought, it's what they accomplished. The numbers tell their story. 30 major towns liberated, over 30 miles of anti-tank ditches breached, 6,246 prisoners captured. And in the process, they proved something profound. Excellence doesn't care about color. When they reached the Steyr concentration camp in Austria, they became part of something bigger than the war. Jewish prisoners saw black liberators for the first time. One survivor later wrote, "They were the first black people I ever saw, and they were our liberators." When the war ended, the 761st had earned 391 decorations for heroism, including 1 Medal of Honor, 11 Silver Stars, and approximately 300 Purple Hearts. But many of these honors came decades after their service. Staff Sergeant Reuben Rivers' Medal of Honor wasn't awarded until 1997, 53 years after he gave his life, refusing to abandon his tank crew. Even mortally wounded, he kept fighting to protect his men. That was the spirit of the 761st. Lieutenant Colonel Bates built more than a tank battalion. He created a model of what integrated military leadership could achieve. Years before the military officially desegregated, the 761st showed that excellence knows no color. Today, every integrated tank crew, every black tank commander, every soldier who serves regardless of color, stands on the shoulders of the 761st. They didn't just break through enemy lines. They broke through barriers many thought unbreakable. Their legacy isn't just in military records or medal citations. It's in proving that when leadership believes in soldiers, when training meets opportunity, when excellence meets courage, nothing is impossible. The 761st Tank Battalion fought through 183 days of combat to make their excellence undeniable. Now it's our turn to make their story unforgettable. Hit subscribe to uncover more hidden heroes of American history. Share this video because their story isn't just Black history or military history. It's American excellence that everyone should know. Come out fighting. Just like the 761st, let's make sure these stories break through.